All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through problem number 5 on page 100, page 5 of the 150 drawing. So this is the finished product as you see on my screen here. However, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do from scratch. So let's get rid of that first. And as you guys can see on my screen, I has a picture in there and everything. So first things first. For yours crosshair, you can see that I have a very big crosshair and I changed the color and all that. If you guys want to do that, you are going to need to right click, then go down to options. When you have options show up, you can change a couple of things. Make sure that you in drafting. Um, Usually when it show up, it will be in display. So make sure that you guys go on and click on drafting. This is where and how you can change the crosshair, the size of it. Along with your snaps, and this will help you when you draw stuff. It's easier to see things. What else we need to do? All right, we can also go to colors, and then we can change the crosshair color to red. That's what I do. And if you want to change to different color, let's say I want to change it to I think yellow will be fine this time. So you guys can see it. We click apply and close. And now if I apply right here, click OK, you can see that my crosshair now is yellow. All right. So that's one thing. And you can go ahead again, right click options, and you can play around with all of that. You can change the background to a different color. However, black will be good because it's easy on the eyes for you guys to work on. All right. So that's one thing. Second, you can always move this stuff around. So if you move your mouse there and then click on it, you can actually change the location where your XY origin going to be. You can move that, right? So as mentioned before, how you post a picture onto your AutoCAD is go down to your snipping tool, and then when your snipping tool show up on your screen, you click on new and you snip pictures. I'm gonna just do this time. I'm gonna have a little of the background there so you can see the difference. And then Control C, then you can get rid of that. And then you can do Control V on your screen, and this white rectangle gonna show up. Just drop it anywhere you want, right? And then you can change it. And you can see my picture has that little outline that I cut earlier, the little black of the background, right? And you can change the size of this simply by click on it and you can drag it up and down or however, wherever you want it. All right. So this is enough for me. Now the middle mouse, double click it. This will zoom in for you, or you can just zoom in using the scroller. All right. So we're going to start drawing this problem. Let's talk about how to draw it first before you actually drawing it. So first, we can see that this picture here is a mirror image. If I look at the red dotted line, the construction line, if I look at those, I can see that the left side and the right side are the same. The top part and the bottom part are the same. So when I have some stuff that mirror this way, I like to do left and right mirror. So what I'm going to do first is determine my dimensions. Then I go ahead and draw. I'm going to draw from the inside out. So I'm going to start with the smallest circle on the inside. This one has the radius of 16. And the next circle is the one with the radius of 21. Then I have the one with the radius of 32. And then the last one is the radius of 40. I'm going to start drawing those. I'm going to go ahead, pan over here a little bit. Again, if I hold down my middle mouse, my roller, and then pan, you can go ahead and do that. And if things out of proportion, you can go ahead and double click the roller and this will bring you back to your original, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my circles. Click up here. I'm going to go ahead and draw my circle. Start with the circle. Now, make sure that you are in radius, okay? So right now, I set the radius off. And now, if you want to change to diameter for some reason, if your questions has diameter, then you can go ahead and click on diameter, right? In this case, we don't need to. So it's going to be 16, enter. And I'm going to do enter one more time. That way, I'm going to recall the tool that I just used, which is drawing a circle. or you can just go up here and click it again. All right, I'm going to put my mouse on the circle and then the center show up. I'm going to draw the 21, enter, enter one more time to recall that. Go up there, draw that again. I forgot which one, 32, enter, enter one more time, and I'm going to do the last circle, which is the 40. All right, so that is what I'm drawing. Now it looked like my drawing and my the picture here is look different. Well, that's because simply you can change the size of it real quick to make it look the same, and then you can move it closer so you can see things when you zoom in and zoom out. Not too close because you need it to draw. All right. So next we're gonna draw what? So we have all of that in the center there. We're gonna draw the left side and then we mirror it to the right side, right? Or the right side to the left. I'm gonna draw to the left because I have the space here on the left. So I know that the first thing I'm gonna draw is this circle here. All right, I'm gonna change this back to red, the crosshair, because yellow on yellow is not helping. All right, so again, for those who need to, work on this, click on color, and then you crosshair, and then you change it. I'm going to change it back to red. And you can change a lot of other things too, but in this case, I just want that. Apply. Okay. All right, so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the center of this circle here on the left. That is, I need to go up 60, and then that is 50 units from the center line there, right? That 50 and that 60 determine where this center is. So I'm going to go to line, I'm going to click on this. I need to go up 60, enter, then go left 50, enter. All right, hit escape. I'm going to go to my circle, and in this location, I'm going to draw 15 and 21 in radius. So there are two circles there. So 15, enter, and that will be 21. My computer is a little bit lacking. I think the internet is doing something to it. I'm not happy with that. But all right, so I have that right there, and I don't need my lines anymore. I can just delete that. All right, click on that, delete. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I know that the top and the bottom is the same, so I'm just going to mirror. I'm going to use the mirror option just to do that. So click on mirror, and then I can select both of these. All right, let's do that again. I'm going to do from bottom up or top down, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to click on mirror, and then they ask me to select the location. I'm going to mirror around that, about that point. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror that right there. Click no if you want to keep the object. Click yes if you want to delete the original object. In this case, we want to keep them both. All right, it's got that. That's good. The next thing we're going to do is going to draw this center things right here, the two circles, the 115 and the 20. Right, so that is how far away from the center circle. So we have to do some math. So here the center of the whole part, and you can see down here we have some dimension. That's 50 and there's 20, and that 20 is where the end of that things. That's the center of that circle there. Right, so we're going to do 50 plus 20, which is 70. So we're going to go in there right here, put your mouse on any of this circle because they share the same center. The center going to show up. You want 70. By the way, they call those circles concentric. All right, concentric are circles that use the same center. All right, so we're gonna have 15 and 20. So in radius, 15, enter again. I'm gonna do 20, enter. All right, so we're almost done here. The next thing we're gonna look for, let me zoom back out here, is that we see that there's a little arc right here that is radius of 20. It's touching this circle and it's also touching this circle right here, the big one, the one that is 40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something here. I'm not sure if you already know or if you forgot. All right, so what we're going to do is drawing circle. There are two ways to do this. So I'm going to show you the long way first, and then I'll show you a shortcut later. So we're going to go in here, click on the circle. We're going to go down to tangent radius. All right, we're going to click that. Then we're going to go to the first circle, click it. Then we go to the second circle, click that, and then we put in the dimension, which is, for this case, it says 20. So we'll put in 20, which is already there. That's going to show up, right? And then all you have to do is just go ahead and trim out the part that is up here. So you now, you can see that you have that little arc that is radius of 20. Right. The second way of doing this is, again, when you are in here, it's usually it's just regular circle, right? So what you're going to do in this case is click on circle, all right, and then something going to show up. This dialog going to show up. All you have to do is TTR, tangent radius, click enter. Then all you have to do is select the first, and then select the second, and then put in your dimension, right? Same thing. It's just less click. That's the shortcut, and then you can just trim. Or another way, if you've done the one on top, all you have to do is just again mirror that to the bottom, so you don't have to do that again. All right. So that's multiple way of doing things here. All right. Let's go and get rid of this line that we don't need. That's a segment anyway. All right. So now we need to do the line on the edge here, right? It's tangent to those circles, so we're gonna go ahead and draw those things again. Right click to make sure that I'm sorry, not right click, but just there's an option down here that you can go down and you can make sure that your stuff is turned on, your snap mode is turned on. That's good. All right, so there's all the stuff, there's all the location where you can go and change things. So we want tangent. So down here, you're gonna go and turn on your tangent. In my case, is off. I want to keep that off, but if you want to turn it on, you should turn it on to use it for this problem, but I have a shortcut of doing it, so I'm going to show you that way first. So I'm going to click on line, and in here, because I know I'm going to draw a line that is tangent, so I'm going to go write the word tangent. If you know how to spell, like me, I'm horrible. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. You can see the symbol is showing up, and then you go up here again. You have to write the word tangent again. And then you can click anywhere on this circle and they will tangent. So at the click there, it's going to be right there. All right. Another way of doing this is control right click, and then I just go hit tangent. All right. Then I, again, of course, I need to be in line first. And then I control right click and then tangent. Then I do the first one. And then I go to the second one. I do control right click and then I do tangent and then I hit it. So there are multiple ways of doing things here. All right, again, you can just do one on top and then you can just go ahead and mirror it down to the bottom. All right, what else can we do here for this problem before we move on? Yeah, we can get rid of some of the stuff first. So let's trim. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this because that's not part of the drawing. Trim this. All right, then now I can do mirror. So I can mirror this stuff. So first I'm gonna highlight it, the part that I need to mirror. And then I go to mirror and I want to mirror about that center and then make sure that's perpendicular. All right, click no, I do not want to erase. Boom, I got that, right? Now I'm going to go back inside here and you can see all of this that have a little cut there, and the dimension that we're looking for is 6, right? This gap is 6 units. Now from the center to the left is half of 6, from the center to the right is half of 6. So that means 3 and 3. So what I'm going to do here is just zoom in here for a second, go to line. I want to find that center. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click on, that's fine. I guess I can click up there. And then I'm going to go down here. I just need to make sure that I'm still on that snap line, the green dotted line there. So to make sure that it's straight up and down. So I click that. Doesn't matter what length that is. You can go past that, but just more time, more trimming for you. That's all. All right. I'm going to click on this offset here, and I want to offset 3 to the left and 3 to the right. So I already have 3 there. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to move to the left. Click it. All right. Now if I want to do the offset again, I just hit that again and then move it to the right, and then I click that. Hit escape to get out of the command. Click on the center line here and delete that. Now you have the one that you offset to the left and the right. Those are the ones you got left. All right. Let me move my picture away for a second and let's take a look here. I'm gonna go ahead and get back there. All right, so what we're gonna look for is we're looking for this slot, the white location here. So how many of those do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 of those, right? And we can see that the outside is things that we need to trim. So I'm going to go ahead and trim some of this stuff real quick. Trim that, trim that. Now, you can just rotate all of this and trim later, or you can trim right now and have less trimming later. Just want to make sure that we trim the correct part. Again, I'm a little bit lacking on my side. I apologize. So it's kind of slow. All right. So I done trimming that, and then this one right here, I could just delete it. All right. So now I end up with that slot right there on the top and this slot down here in the bottom. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of this 4-line segment. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the now over here, you usually it's going to show up at rectangular area for you. Click on that drop down menu and select polar area because we're going to do polar circular. All right, we want to select the center here for it to rotate. Now again, let me move myself out of the way. And again, we count 6 earlier, so I put 6 in there. Now, if it's 8, then you put 8 in here, this right here, that location. And you can always do it within angles, but I'll just do number in this case right now. All right, when you have that done, hit close array. Boom, it's right there. Okay, and then we just go trim the section that we need to trim now, which is that. And you can see now our picture is coming along and it's finished when we're done with this. The only thing that we got left to do is to take out the dimension, and there's something about it I need to show you as well. The dimension, give me a sec. I'm going to show you how to change things around. So there we are with this picture is complete, right? So I'm going to concentrate on the picture for you. So as this time, what we need to do is, am I even recording? I don't know. Give me a sec. I should be recording. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I am recording. I don't see the recording dialog. I'm sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to go to dimension. So if I click on dimension and I put on all this, and I can just take out my dimension, right? Because that's what I need to do. So again, I go to dimension, put my mouse on this, and I should be able to see a number. Now, if yours come out to be something really different, like a very small, you cannot see, this is where you're going to go and change it. All right, so you go down here to the second one with the actual dimension measurements, go down to dimension style, and in here you click on modify. Then we go to text and we can change that number, right? Usually that number is 0 point something, and that's very tiny compared to our drawing. Our drawing dimension, the radius, the smallest radius was 15, right? So you can see how small they are already. So that's why I chose 5. Now, let me pick a different number, for example, like 3. I click OK, right? Then another thing that I want you guys to change is based on the number that on the drawing that's given to you. You see that it's set R20, R16. There's no decimal at the end here. So we can also go to modify it to make sure that our unit, all right, your primary unit, make sure that it's also has 0 decimal place. Now, if I want to have 1 decimal place, for example, I do that. Now I click OK, and you can see when I click close, I should have a very small number. Look at that. It's have radius of 21.0, right? Again, if I want to change that to make it bigger, I can go in here and modify it. And I again change the text to a larger number. In this case, will be 5 for me. Click OK. And now if you want to keep the decimal place, you see that I got a 0.0. Again, for those who need to change them in the future, click on this and modify it. And you can change the primary unit. That one, you can change it to however zero you want. But in our problem, again, our problem doesn't have any zero, but I'm going to do this so that you can see that things change, right? So when you're done with that, click close, and then let's go ahead and take out the other dimension. So I'm going to zoom in here. You can see now I have the radius of 15.00000, some huge number. And then I'm going to do here, this is the radius of 40, but it's at 0.000 at the end there. Now another thing is when you take out the dimension, if it's not in radius, sometimes it's in diameter. What happened is that all you have to do is just change that. Now you can see that I have diameter of 80. If I hit radius, I see the radius of 40. That's how you change them. And then you can add text and stuff to it later. All right. So that is how you complete this problem. Now for those who want to play around with some coloring, you can go down up right here, click on the drop down and select gradients. That is a mixture of two different colors, and you can see the one that we got is orange and red. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to this orange, and let's say that red, and let's look for something that close to that. Well, let's change this to orange, and let's change this to yellow. What kind of yellow do we want, or other orange? All right, and you can select all of the one that are available and see how they are. And I'm just going to select that one. Just it's not going to be exact, but I'm going to select that. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and select that. Boom. Where else do I need to change those colors? And I can just go in there and change those. That's how you play with the colors. And the most important thing here is because there are two different colors that we use, the white and the blue one as well. We need to close this first for that to be safe. And then we go back here, Synodery in gradient, we just select that and select the new one, which is that cyan and white, and just randomly select something here. It's not going to be exact, all right, because we don't know what they are. And this is how you play with the color. All right. Now, for you guys to be great, make sure that your dimension are taken out so that I can see them, so that I can grade you. All right. When you're done with that, hit close, hatch, done. All right. One more thing that I want you guys to learn from this is that make sure that you guys always, when you work on your drawing, sign in. Second thing, go to options, and within these options we're going to go to display, and let's see, where is it now? I forgot where it is. Oh, open and save. Make sure that this is turned on. Make sure that that has a check mark, and you can change the duration of it. For you guys, maybe every 2 minutes, or maybe every 30 seconds if you want to. Click apply. That will save your stuff, right? So now the stuff is done. I can change the name, which I did not. So I'm going to go ahead, click on the capital A, and then click on Save As. Instead of keep calling it drawing, I'm going to call this page 5 of 150. Right? That way I know. And then, of course, you guys are saving that in your H drive. So I'm going to do it, save. I'm done. Right? So you actually should save in the beginning of the drawing. And after that, all you have to do is just do some changing and then click save again. It will save.